we had an email from somebody saying that they owe money to somebody. I owe money to somebody and my debt is more than my savings that I have in my bank account. Is zakat compulsory on me, even though I am in debt, because the money that I have in my account really belongs to the one to whom I owe the money to? Please give me a detailed answer, explain the ruling on this. We don't have time for a detailed answer, but if you could just give us a brief answer on this.
So a person, he's in debt, and he owes money to someone else.
Yes.
For example.
But he has, the debt he owes is more than the money he has in his account. So does he still have to pay zakat?
So for example, a person has got £1,000 in his account. Now that £1,000, he owes that money to someone else. Is zakat compulsory? Maybe 1,500.
He owes 1,500.
So is zakat compulsory upon him with that £1,000? The scholars have differed in this issue. There are some scholars, they say that this money, because it doesn't belong to him, he is not entitled for zakat, and therefore zakat is not compulsory upon him. This is the view of some of the ulamas. The majority of the scholars, and this is the most authentic opinion, and that is that if you have enough money in your account, suppose you've got £1,000, because you are an ownership of that money, then you must give zakat on that money, even though you owe money to another person.
So you've got £1,000, say your zakat out of that works out to be whatever it works out to be, and you pay your zakat, but you still owe that person that amount, so that doesn't change. You have to pay him back anyway.
Yeah, the reason for this is because the actual money doesn't belong to him. It belongs to you. And let me give you an example. Suppose if I take that £1,000 and I invest it in a business and I make a loss, who will incur that loss, me or him?
You.
I've lost it, isn't it? So the money belongs to me, it doesn't belong to him.
Exactly.
So I'm in ownership of that money, and therefore zakat will be compulsory upon him and he must pay zakat.
Another question.
And furthermore, the Prophet ﷺ, he used to send the person who's responsible for taking zakat to go and collect zakat money from the people. They never used to ask, oh, are you in debt? Do you owe money to someone? They never used to ask these questions. Whatever they saw, whatever a person is in ownership, they would take zakat from that wealth. And furthermore,
so in the Prophet's time there was a zakat collector.
There was a zakat collector. And he never used to ask that, are you in debt? Do you owe money to someone else? Whatever he was able to see, they would give 2.5% of that wealth. Furthermore, if you actually open this door that if you are in debt, you don't have to pay zakat, then from this point of view, a lot of people, they will not pay their zakat. Why? Because if you were to tell them to pay their zakat, they will say, oh, this money doesn't belong to me. Oh, I'm in debt. And nowadays, many people are in debt.
In that case, if anyone who has a mortgage,
everyone
is in debt.
Yes. So if you open this door that you don't have to give zakat if you are in debt, nobody is going to pay zakat, and this defeats the purpose of his giving zakat, because the main purpose of giving zakat is helping the poor and the needy and those who are entitled for it.